Hi everyone, this is Gayle, and I'm back today, like I said I would be, to make I'm actually just going to make 3 recipes out of the February Simply Earth recipe box. Now, yesterday when I did my reveal, I think I said I was going to make the unicorn foaming soap, hand soap, but I changed my mind because my hands need some extra help. So I'm going to change that to the helping hands, but that's okay. The process is the same. But 2 of these recipes require hardening. I'm going to make the helping hands solid lotion bar and the sweet lemon oatmeal soap. And because those require hardening, I'm going to do those first, and hopefully they will be hard. One of them anyway might be firm enough to show you when this is over, or I may have to come back in about an hour and show you the hardened results. So let me move my camera. Be right back. Okay, now what I have done is I have gotten a good cooking chocolate melter. You know, when you need to melt chocolate for things. And I've decided to try this with my essential oils. I've used it once and it does great. So I'm going to start with the Helping Hands Solid Lotion Bar. Excuse me. Can't seem to get rid of this frog in my throat this morning. So I need 3 tablespoons of almond oil. And like I said before, the almond oil comes in your big bonus box. So I'm going to do 3 tablespoons. It's 1. 2, 3. That's 3 tablespoons of almond oil. And let me wipe this off because my next one says 1½ tablespoons of beeswax. Well, the beeswax is solid and I just used a liquid in my teaspoon. So this is the beeswax, the way it comes in your big bonus box. This one I've used quite a bit, so it's usually more than this. But let me do the 1½ tablespoons. Now, a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. So a half would be 1½ teaspoons. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Let me do the So there's 1 tablespoon. Then I'm going to try the teaspoon. So 1½ I got out. Sorry about that. So this is the 1 teaspoon. And this is the ½ teaspoon. So that should be 1½ teaspoons of beeswax. Now I've got it in my heater here. And I've turned it up on high. Hope that's not going to be too much, but I'm just going to stir it until I'm sure that the beeswax is melted. While this is heating up, let me go get a drink of water. I think that might help me a little bit. This is still the residual effects of the flu that I had back in January. And I've gotten rid of all the symptoms except this hacking cough. And it just starts in my throat. So let me go get some water. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I hope this goes away soon. It has been very aggravating. So let me get back to heating up my almond oil and beeswax. Well, I think it might be better for me to go ahead and do one of the other recipes while I'm waiting. This is warm, so it shouldn't take long. So let me do the simple one, and that's going to be the Helping Hands foaming soap. Simply Earth has just come out with these foaming hand soap tablets, and it takes all the guessing out of your making soaps. And this is a foaming hand soap dispenser. Now make sure you use a foaming hand soap dispenser. But this is a foaming hand soap dispenser that I got at Dollar Tree with their soap in it. This is lavender, and I did use all of this. And the other one is not quite empty. That's why I'm only doing one of the foaming hand soaps. But I'm looking at this. It needs to be cleaned off a little bit. Got some stuff on it here. Must not have cleaned it very well when I took the label off. And I left some of the writing, the stamped writing on here. And if you use alcohol, which I keep alcohol on my craft table because it does so many things, it should take off That's almost gone. I probably need to spray it one more time. But it'll take off any fingerprints. It's good to do this anyway before you put your label on, because we will put a label on it. Okay, and let's see, where is the hand? Oh, I already brought it over here. So it says to add the hand soap tablet to your foaming hand soap container. So here's the tablet. And I'm going to put it in the container. And then it says to add the essential oils. And it is 15 drops of unicorn. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 15 drops of unicorn. 7 drops of energy. All right, that's 7 drops of energy and 7 drops of the amorous. And I wanted to smell this. I don't remember that I've ever smelled amorous before. It smells good. So in it, 7 drops of that. Now this is a thicker oil, so it's going to take a little longer for it to come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, Boy, this is slower. 5, 6, 7. It's slower, but it sure makes it easier to count your drops. Now, I'm going to use the optional method. Well, let me check my beeswax. It's getting there. I don't like the way beeswax sticks to your stirrer, and this is too long to leave in there. So it won't take much longer. So anyway, I'm going to use the optional recipe. If you don't have these or don't want to buy those, that's fine. Just use 1 cup of distilled water. But I'm going to use my lavender hydrosol, which you use 1/4 of a cup. And I'm going to use a funnel because I'll never get this in there. So 1/4 of a cup of lavender hydrosol. And 1/4 of a cup of aloe vera. And I do believe this, no, it's kind of liquid. I thought maybe it was a gel. Let's see. Fill your container the rest of the way with distilled water. But I'm going to go ahead, since my container is not the same size as theirs, I'm going to use this. Use my measurer, because it would be another 1/2 a cup. So the 1/4 of a cup of each one of those and a 1/2 a cup. I'm going to add just a smidgen of water because I don't think I got a full 1/4 of a cup. And then you put your top on. Well, actually, we need to let this sit. You need to wait 20 minutes for the tablet to dissolve. It'll fizz. It's a fizzy tablet. So I'm going to just let that sit for a while. So all of them have to sit, but in the meantime, my beeswax is melted. You'll see there's a few little nodules in there that weren't melted, and the hot oil is going to finish melting them. Okay. So this is the Healing Hands Solid Lotion Bar. So I need a tablespoon of cornstarch, which we were supposed to, is one of the items we needed from home. I love these little silicone bowls. I don't remember where I got them. If I got them on Amazon, I'll put the link below so you can see. But I need to add the cornstarch into the oil. And if you know cornstarch, it has a tendency to lump. So just try to get all of your lumps out. Okay, now let me check the temperature because I don't know how hot this gets. But I have one of these thermal thermometers. 137, that's fine. As long as it's under 150 degrees, we're in good shape. So I need 25 drops of unicorn. If you put your essential oils in something that's over 150 degrees, they'll evaporate and you won't get the smell or the accomplishment. So 25 drops. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 25 drops of unicorn, 8 drops of energy, and 8 drops of lemongrass. Now, lemongrass does have a little bit of a lemony flavor, but it is not lemon. Lemon and lemongrass are two entirely different oils. Okay, this is beginning to get hard, so I need to put it back in on my heat a little bit. And I'm going to use my soap mold that came in my box. So I'm going to pour it into my soap mold. Ooh, and it fills it up. And I still have some left. I think I might put that in here. See how quickly it solidifies when you don't have it under the heat? And I just use my measuring spoons. So that shouldn't take long to solidify. Maybe that one will be ready by the time we finish our other soap. Now ordinarily, I would wash everything before I use it, but I'm going to just wipe it out with a paper towel today since I'm not in my kitchen. And since we're using the same essential oils, it really shouldn't matter. So let me put this over here on my table to harden. And then I'll just get a paper towel to wipe this out. And then I can wash it after I'm finished with everything. You don't want to put oils that solidify, like beeswax, into your drain, especially if you have a septic system like I have, because it will solidify in your drain and cause a clog, and nobody likes to have to unclog your drain pipe or your drain. Let's see what we're doing with the oatmeal soap. Pretty good. Okay, now the sweet lemon soap. Now this is we're going to use the glycerin melt and pour, and it says to use 2 ounces, so that is the entire, because this is 2 ounces. So we're going to use all of this. And if you buy the big blocks, you're supposed to cut it into 1-inch pieces, but since this is already in 1-inch pieces, it'll make it much easier. I'm just going to push them out. And I'll put those in there so they can be melting. Okay. I was just reading the directions to see what else I needed to do. I also have another soap mold, which is a flower. There it is. There's that cough again. But it's a flower, so I'm going to make this in the flower mold. So I think that'll be pretty. And let's see how well this is. Oh, it's melting already. I had one block that was skinnier than the rest. I don't know if that was them trying to do 2 ounces or if there was a defective block, but we'll see. If you order this from Simply Earth, you'll get a big block, a 1-pound block of soap. So I like these better because you can measure a little bit easier with them. And it's going to require oatmeal. Oatmeal goes in next. Here's my 2 tablespoons of oatmeal. And then I'm going to need amyris and lemongrass. So we've used 3 different combinations. Now it says if you want to put a mica powder in it, you can put a mica powder in it. There, it's melting, but it's melting a little slower than I was expecting. But I think I'm going to just leave it natural. Glycerin soap is clear, so I think I would like to see the oatmeal in it. And the oats that I'm using are rolled oats, so they're a little bit smaller than the old-fashioned oatmeal because it's supposed to be like an exfoliating soap. Sorry, this is the boring time while we're waiting for things to melt. I'm going to stop the camera until it's melted so you don't have to wait. Okay, it's been about 3 or 4 minutes, not too long, and the soap is almost totally melted. There's that frog again, which is appropriate since I live in frog level. Just want to make sure this is all melted. I see a couple little places. I'm going to actually move this over here because I'm going to leave it on here when I mix in the oatmeal. Almost there. But I'm going to leave it on the heat because it says that the oatmeal might want to make it set. And it might need to go back on there. So I'm thinking since this is not a real hot thing like a microwave, that I was going to leave it on the heat. Now this is 2 tablespoons of oatmeal. And let me measure the heat. I may have to take it off. No, it's not bad. But I will turn the heat off. So let's see. I'm not going to add the mica powder. So we need to add the essential oils, and we need 20 drops of amyris. That's going to smell so good. Hello. Well, this is the one that is slow. Once it starts, it'll be all right. Here comes one. So that's only 5, so I'm going to speed up the camera. Okay, that's 20 of amorous and 15 of lemongrass. There you go. And then you stir that up. Looks like I should have left the heat on because it's beginning to solidify already. Let me just make sure it gets all stirred up good. And I want to make sure everything is mixed together really well. And I'm going to do this until all of those little chunks are melted, which looks like they have. And I'm going to pour that into my soap mold. Well, the rest of it's hardened. I won't do that. And if you need to, which I don't know that I do, but I'm going to show you anyway, if you use 99% isopropyl alcohol, which is just plain rubbing alcohol, and spritz it, it will pop any little bubbles that you might have. So I'm just trying to get it, and it's really hardening fast. Just a little spritz, and it takes care of all the little bubbles, and then it evaporates. So we've got this soap, and we've got this soap, and this should be ready now for me to put the top on and shake it to make sure everything, you hear my cat. My cat has got to be very vocal when I make my videos. Now let's see how this does. Whoops. There was liquid in the dispenser. Here comes the foam. When I washed it, I don't think... I'm thinking maybe that tablet may not be completely dissolved. Or maybe it's the dispenser. Which it could be, because this dispenser never was really a good foamy dispenser. But it was $1.25, so what could I say? So anyway, the Simply Earth one, if you want to get one from them, you can add it to your box and it'll ship to you for free. But it's really, there you go. It's a rich foam. Of course, you would put it on wet hands. And ordinarily you would rinse it, but since I'm not at the sink, I'm just going to wipe it off with a paper towel. That smells good. I like a soap that has a lingering fragrance to it. But I don't think this is firm yet. This one might be, but it's still warm, so I probably won't. So what I'm going to put, first I'm going to put a label on that. Let's see, that is the Helping Hands. So I'll put a label on it so I'll know what it is, and I'll put the date on it so that I'll know when I made it. And I will come back after these harden. I will take pictures of them and put them at the end of the video. So let me turn my camera back. Okay, wasn't that fun? And I'm having so much fun with Simply Earth. Every time I sit down to do recipes, I get excited, especially when it's something I really want to do, like these soaps. I've never been a big, I don't buy natural soaps, which I should, but now I don't have to. I make them myself. These are still warm. I just don't want to pop them out of the mold if they're going to melt, run all over the place. So I will take a picture of these when they're finished, and I will post it at the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give it a try. There's not, like I said before in yesterday's video, there's no obligation. If you use the codes below, the link to the site below, and then my coupon code, you would get, and order the Simply Earth recipe box. You would get $15 off of the recipe box. It's regularly $44.99, and you would get $15 off of that. And the recipe box includes 4 essential oils and all the extras that you need to complete your recipes. Like this time it had the soap. It had these the soap tablets for the foaming soap. And it seems like there was something else. I've taken everything out, so it's hard for me to, let's see, the soap. Oh, and the mold for this soap. So, and if you don't want to use, if you don't have another mold at home, make this recipe, let it set. So make this recipe, let it set, and then make this recipe in the same mold. You can do that. But it would also, you would also get a free big bonus box. The big bonus box has containers. It has, sorry, still fighting that frog. It has 6 roll-on bottles for your roll-on recipes. Every month you get a roll-on recipe. It has 6 5 milliliter, half a milliliter, anyway, the small little bottles that you would put your diffuser blends in, and you get one of those every month, so that's 6. You get a bottle of almond oil. Oops, I just threw my spoon and get a bottle of almond oil. You get a bottle of fractionated coconut oil, which is coconut oil in a liquid form. You get a jar of the solid coconut oil, and you get a bag, although yours will be full, where I've used this several times, but it'll be full of beeswax. And that's free. But it will last you through your recipes that you use for 6 months. And then guess what? At the end of 6 months, you get another big bonus box. So they're very generous with their offers. And there's a code below also. If you at checkout, if you enter Mimi's Market Free, you will get a free $45 gift certificate. Comes by email, and you can buy anything you want. You can buy anything you want on the Simply Earth page, website. You can order containers. You can order oils. You can order carrier oils, diffusers, storage containers, just anything that you need is there. I don't believe you can use that $45 towards your recipe box. But after you get your first box and you do the recipes, you're probably going to find, if you don't like it, there's some reason you just don't like Simply Earth, just cancel. There's no obligation. You can cancel after 1 month, 6 months, whenever you want to cancel. You just go in and cancel. There's no questions asked. But if my dog and cat are playing. But if you're like me, I intended to cancel after the first month. Get all the free stuff and the $45 stuff free. And then I thought, well, next month is, I think when I started it was lotions, and then the next one, no, it was the face. It was the face. And then the next one was going to be soaps. So I thought, well, I've got to stay for the next one because I love the idea of making soaps. And a year and 2 months later, I am still here and still getting the monthly box because I absolutely love it. So check out below. I've got all the information below that you need. And hope you enjoyed watching these recipes. And if you did, give me a thumbs up. It would help me in my standing with YouTube. And if you would, like my channel, if you've not already liked it, subscribe to the channel and click the little bell so you'll get notified. I don't do videos often. I'm going to start doing more, but I don't do a lot, but this way you'll get notified when I do a new video. So everyone have a wonderful day, and I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.